Hey friends, would you like to go on an adventure? I know I sure would after being stuck in the house these past several weeks. Wouldn't it be great if we could just pick up our homes and move them around from place to place? Well, tents are a great way to move your home from place to place. People all around the world have always had tents, and they still have them today, especially people who move around a lot, like the Native Americans used to when they were following the buffalo. These type of people are called nomads. There's a nomadic people called the Bedouins who live in tents in an area called Syria, and there are also a nomadic people called the Mongolian people who live in the country of Mongolia in Central Asia. Many nomads, in fact, are shepherds who are moving along with a herd from one fresh grazing ground to another. The Bedouins are a nomadic Arab people who live in tents in the desert, and they move around in search of greener areas for their herds to graze. Tents come in many different shapes, colors, and sizes, depending on local traditions and the uses of the tent. Another tent of sorts is called a yurt, and it's a portable circular dwelling particular to the Mongolians living in Central Asia. Some fun facts about a yurt are that it can take 30 minutes to 3 hours to set it up or take it down, and they can house anywhere from 5 to 15 people. Do you think your family could fit inside a yurt? A wood-burning stove sits in the middle of a traditional yurt with a long chimney that reaches up past the roof. The frame of the yurt is made with a series of crisscrossed wooden poles, and a thick felt cover is laid over the frame and tied tightly with ropes. This felt covering is made from the fur of the owner's animals. The climate where the Mongolian people herd their animals can be very windy and cold. The circular dome shape of the yurt actually enables it to withstand the heavy winds, and this heavy felt covering that covers the yurt helps to keep the people warm inside. Houses come in all shapes and sizes, and that's a good thing, because people do too. Some houses are only in our mind or our imagination, and these fantasies are often called a utopia, which are more or less translates into an ideal place or a house that exists only in our imagination. Throughout history, people have tried to think how everything could be different. Some of those ideas have become reality. If not, we would still be living in straw huts. Some people with utopian ideas have imagined cars driving over rooftops, and others have imagined entire cities walking about on the move, like in this picture. I want you now to think about how you would like to live during this time. As you build your tent, I want you to think about what would be your ideal place to live. Use your imagination because there are endless possibilities.